Welcome back to part 2, guys. Thank you for sticking with us this long. Hope you are excited for part 2. We're going to get into it.
Okay.
Give me
I'm psyched for it. Okay. What do you want, Caleb? Right. I got mine. Wait. No, Jordan, you're off. This guy's insane.
What can't he do?
The professional beatboxer.
Oh my gosh.
That's my
Guys.
dude. So about that, I forgot to fully mention why I do that. In high school, I was in a pop acapella group that we
Okay.
actually traveled around and did performances and
I need to know.
events.
Tell me about this, dude.
And
Wait, you went around and did beatboxing performances?
literally
No kidding.
for like a lot of people. And on
That's
top
sick.
of that, the best part is we tried out for a TV show, made it on the show, but they canceled the second season.
Was it it wasn't like there was a
It's based
acapella-
off of like the Pitch Perfect.
Yes, but it was an acapella show. I watched the first season.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Pitch Slapped.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, I
We
actually watched
we
it.
made
It's
it.
That's
hilarious.
so sick.
We actually made it.
Are you serious?
We made it. We went through all the interviews. We did dude, there was countless videos that we sent in performance-wise, like
Wow.
introductions, everything.
That's
They told us we
incredible.
were on, and then we got, hey, sorry, they canceled the second season. We didn't get renewed. I was like, dude, that was so much work
That
for
sucks.
nothing.
So you were that close away to being on a TV show.
You're famous.
I've been on other
Have
TV
you-
shows, but
this
I've
is-
never done that.
What other TV
Have you ever
shows?
thought about The Bachelor?
Cops?
No.
No?
Those
Okay.
guys are like tall.
What about like The Bachelorette?
Well,
Then you're him. Then you know what I mean.
no, I don't have the face.
Okay,
for that, man.
please divulge though. What are like at least a list of the other TV shows you've been on, or just one?
My mom used to have a local cooking show called Home Plate.
Shout out Caleb's mom.
I was on that as a kid. What other TV shows have I been on? I feel like there was something. All of them were like I would have been young. I haven't done anything recently, so most of that stuff I forget. But all of them would have been like young stuff.
You made an Office reference earlier. I feel like you would have been a good character in The Office.
I do. The Office is a pretty funny show.
Yeah.
That's a.
What's your
it's a good
favorite TV
laugh.
show?
Oh man, that's tough. That's hard. No, that's a hard question for sure.
I ask good questions.
What's your favorite TV show?
Bro, he asked the hitters. That's hard hitters.
That is deep. Hey, it stumped you, didn't it?
if you want to go like, can I go by like different genres
Yeah.
and type? Like favorite cartoon growing up, Invader Zim.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys ever
Never
watched
heard
it.
of
Nope, I have no clue. What that
Invader
is.
Zim used
We were
to
homeschooled,
be
buddy.
funny, bro. That used to be the funniest thing ever to me for some reason. It was about an alien who crashed on Earth, and he had a robot dog, and his neighbor, like the other kid, the neighbor, he knew he was an alien, but no one else believed that he was an alien. And the entire show is him trying to take over Earth. But like he's going to school and stuff and trying to act like a normal human. But dude, I don't know. It was the dumbest thing.
So
ever. It was
what
super
age
funny.
period was this in your life?
Oh, dude, I was like a little kid.
Yes, like last year.
Did I watch it last year? Yeah.
Oh.
But like actively watching it on TV, I was like, what, 10?
Okay.
So I'm 9.
Okay, you can go through the genres. So you said like cartoon.
Dude, I
Moving
love
on.
Modern Family.
Yeah.
Really?
That's I
That's
watch Modern
surprising.
Family.
That's a I don't know. It's something about it. If you want me to be real, I was watching Modern Family before I came here.
Okay. There you go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Who's your favorite character?
Come on, bro. Sofia Vergara's on that show, bro. Let's
For the boys.
come on now. Let's be.
There's so many people Googled Sophia Sakara.
let's be. Hey, and you're welcome. If you should have pulled it up by now. You're welcome. you deserve.
Yeah, you earned yourself this one, buddy.
Hey, brother, listen, man. Sofia Vergara is on that show, man. Oh my goodness.
You got
Deserve some more smoke.
I could take the next hour just right there.
Okay. Honestly, I'd listen.
Listen, man.
Golly. Okay, so
Great question, Randall. Great
Yeah.
question.
no, that's an incredible question.
That's a good comedy show to me. I feel like, and it's just like a good like feel good sit down, just put it on show. Office is always funny. That's always like a good go to and stuff like that. I'm not. To be honest with you, I'm not a big TV guy. Like I really don't sit down and watch a lot of TV.
More of a movie
too
Okay.
often. Not really. I enjoy movies a lot. I like getting into them.
Do you struggle to commit to movies? Because that's my issue.
That is
Nah,
my thing.
if I'm there, I'm there.
He has
Okay.
big commitment issues.
If I'm in it, I'm in it. So do I.
All
Look at us, man.
We can get real. If we,
right, all right.
We can get real.
Yeah.
No, I'm just playing. Actually, I'm not. But like,
This is a dating show for Caleb.
but if I'm in there, if I'm there, I'm there. Like the last movie I watched was like 3 hours long. Killers of the Flower Moon. We talked about. it.
Okay, so I actually had this in my show notes because I don't think I've ever met somebody that you can bring up almost any topic, anything in history and in time and the future, anything, and you don't have it. Like you just always have had an opinion on
Because
it.
I got a lot of time on my hands.
Yeah. So okay.
Well, not really, but
I actually want to ask you. I want to ask you just questions, see if I can stump you. That'd be so.
okay, that's cool.
What's your feelings on the agriculture uprising in France?
Oh, wow, that's really good. That's really
Randall,
good.
you've never sounded more intelligent in your life than that question right there. That was
I know, like
Actually, to be honest with you, I don't have a personal opinion. I don't know. I'm not that well versed in it. If I want to just say something to say something,
you know what I'm talking about, though.
no.
Oh,
I got it. I first
No,
try.
no,
first freaking
First
try.
try.
Yeah, that's
Better
solid.
than I could. Like, you haven't been seeing
Like,
them, bro. They've been like spraying manure everywhere because
Bro, you haven't seen this?
I don't think I have.
So, just an overview. So, in France and European countries,
Yeah.
like the government has come down really hard and just made it impossible for agriculture of any kind. So, basically, the government's like, we can buy food
Yeah.
and produce and whatever cheaper from other countries than we can make it here
it
on
here.
Earth. So, on our land. So, we're
Here on there.
So we're gonna make it impossible for our farmers to farm, and the farmers said no, and literally there's hundreds of thousands of it's hilarious. There's like tractors driving through the middle of France,
that's
and they've
nuts.
shut down the city for weeks, and
That's
they've like the what's the big
it the
tower?
Parliament?
What's the big
no,
one?
that's England, my guy.
The Eiffel Tower. That's
Yeah,
France.
the Eiffel Tower. There's like tractors just driving around that crowd. It's just it's
That's
hilarious.
pretty interesting.
Well, there was also
I'm
I
surprised
think
I haven't heard about
Is there the Parliament? Is that a thing?
They're trying their best
British.
to cover it up. I'm not surprised you have it because if you're not in I'm in like the agriculture,
Yeah,
is my
that's true,
view.
yeah. Yeah,
I
that's
see it, but like if you're not in that,
Yeah.
they've done a really good job of just like
That's interesting.
But
covering
like
it up.
any government buildings, all that stuff, like the
They're
gates
just-
that are out front, just covered in
Blocking
manure.
it.
You get a
That's
mad farmer in a
nuts.
tractor, he's going places.
Yeah, dude, you got a problem, bro. That's
And
farming
now
equipment, that
10,000
heavy
of them.
machinery.
Now
oh my
10,000 of
goodness,
them.
Bro, it's a smelly problem they got going on. over there.
That's insane. Yeah, and most topics like I can, but like more specific. Yeah, dude, you know how many things you could talk about in the world? I don't know stuff about
No,
everything.
I think I got you a little off guard there, but
that's a great question. Though.
I've known you for like 3 hours and you've already covered about 800 different topics.
Well,
So I love it.
I'm
I know.
telling you.
So
I'm all over.
I love it.
I say
love it.
that in a sense because I feel like my knowledge is very limited on a lot of things, but I
We
feel
know,
like Caleb
Chris.
knows a lot about a lot of things. Good thing I don't have
you-
a podcast.
Do you read a lot, Caleb?
No, I don't. I used to. When I was younger, I was.
Do you know how to read?
heavy? You know, I've questioned that.
So when you're showing, like when you're giving a bid to someone on like a real estate project, and like the customers are there, and you're walking them through the house or whatever, do you get them to read off the number?
What do you mean?
Well, you're like, how much is this? And they're like, oh my gosh,
Oh,
that's
dude,
like
I handle. Nah,
345,000.
dude, I don't handle any paperwork at a showing. I'm selling at
Okay.
a showing.
Okay. So you're strictly there
I
to
don't
just
like.
put on a
I'm
good
not
face.
when I sell. Selling isn't about.
Oh, we talked about this.
Selling
Yeah.
sometimes isn't about selling. Selling is about. So I've sold cars. I've sold insurance.
Bro,
I've sold
I feel
houses.
like you could sell snow to an Eskimo.
It's
I got that
not
feeling
about
you.
the product. It's never been about the product. It's about can you sell yourself?
You could
'Cause
sell me
if,
a
if
candy
you're,
gun.
if you're here, people always go back to like, well, sell me this pen, that Jordan Belfort
Yeah.
thing, and the way he explains it is perfect too because it's not. Do you need a pen? No, then why am I trying to sell you that? Like, there's a supply and demand, and I'm just the middleman in between it. Like, if you're coming to me needing a service or needing something from what I can provide, then 9 times out of 10 it's just selling yourself. So, like, if you were to come to me, like, let's say you're coming in, let's say you were looking at a, what do you drive right now?
Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Okay, so you drive a Jeep Grand
with all 4 windows.
That work.
It's impressive. So, so if you're coming in and telling me that you're driving a Jeep Grand Cherokee or something like that, and then you know,
This is Caleb. Brother, I respect you.
Just so you know.
Just so
No
you
matter
know,
what you
I
do.
judging you for driving a
judge
Jeep.
I respect you.
first off, I'm gonna talk to you about, you know, all right, that's pretty cool. Like, oh, have you seen any of the Wranglers and stuff like that? That's cool. You know, actually, interestingly enough, Chrysler as a company has always been something to be honest with you, man, Mopar, like Dodge and stuff like that. I'm upset what they're doing now because, to be honest with you, I felt like, you know, I don't know if you know this, but I grew up around muscle cars. I know that you know this, but
Yeah.
I'm just going what I would say. I grew up around muscle cars. I feel like Dodge was making some of like the last muscle cars left. But, you know, enough about me. Back to what you're saying, you know, you drive a Jeep Grand Cherokee. You know, are you looking to stay in a similar type of vehicle that's, you know, size-wise? You know, what would you be looking for in your
I would
next
like to
vehicle?
stay in the SUV type range.
SUV range?
Mid-size,
Okay.
yeah.
Tell me a few of the things that you actually like about your car.
I like it's all-wheel drive. I like you feel safe driving it.
Yeah.
My wife drives it a lot.
You're married?
Yeah, I am married.
Yeah, what's your wife's name?
My wife's name's Bree.
Okay, absolutely.
Oh, that was smooth.
Sorry. I'm
Disrupting greatness right now, Jordan.
Geez, shut up, Jordan. We're doing a thing.
Okay, sorry.
My wife's name's Bree.
Absolutely. You guys have any kids?
Yeah, we do. We just had one actually.
Oh,
yeah.
congratulations.
So I like the now that I have a kid, I want to be safe. I want to know my wife and
How
kid
old's
are
your
safe.
kid?
6 months actually.
Dude, I have a nephew, and I have 2 nephews now, and dude, it's the funniest thing where they're that young, because like, dude, it's so weird. So I feel like every single time you see them, they look different. They're going. So what I'm doing right now is not.
This guy is
Spreading the
such a
butter.
dog.
I'm not selling him a car. I'm selling him on myself.
yeah.
So in the matter of time, what have I shown him in the sense of, since he's walked into the dealership? 1, I know about the product that he's interested in. 2, I've built a relation by establishing a connection now that I know more about his life, that he has a wife and a child. But not only have I talked about that, I don't have any kids of my own. And dude, I'm about as lonely as can be. But I tied right in with like, hey, we can relate on kids and
Yep.
like some of the funny stuff we did. That's a very
You're
common
building a
thing.
relationship.
So I'm building a
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah.
So that way, like, not only am I a memorable face, I'm a memorable name and stuff like that. All right, so you have a kid, whatever, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. So, not blah, 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 but you know what I mean? You know what I mean? yeah. This guy's kids. But like, okay,
you
and
got
you're
a
looking
wife?
for safety, reliability, beautiful. So are you looking to stay in a Grand Cherokee, getting a new one, maybe spreading out, something different?
I mean, the Jeep's been good to me. I have no reason to change, but like I'm not 100% sold on it. Like I'm not never gonna drive anything else. So I'm open
absolutely.
to pretty much anything. But
Yeah.
Jeep's been good to me. I'm not gonna lie. I really liked it.
Absolutely. So right there, what he's told me is I can sell him on the new one. I just got to get him to believe in what the opportunities are. Now, there's a second part of this that comes way later in sales. And my pitch and that I'm talking to him is figuring out what the problem is. Anytime somebody comes, like we used to call them laydowns. Like, dude, some people would literally come in there and just say yes to everything and then you're signing a contract. You know what I mean? But most people are coming in, they usually have an issue with, you know, some people just don't like change. It's usually a money problem. Like, I don't want to pay this much.
That's common.
You know,
That's very
insurance,
common.
you know, whatever. Or, you know, they can't find exactly what they want, or they don't see the value in the new vehicle. Or let's say you were looking for a house or something like that. You know what I mean? When I sell houses, typically I don't like selling to first-time home buyers, not because there's anything wrong with them, but because they're usually a little bit more emotional in the sale, and I'm not that emotional of a person. So I usually actually give those people to somebody that I know that will work better for them, because my goal at the end of the sale is not to have sold you a home, but for you to feel happy on your decision. You know what I mean? And feel comfortable, confident, and, you know, happy through that entire process. I can't provide that for you because I never am able to really develop that great emotional connection. I actually work with investors a lot more because I can make the numbers work. Like,
Yeah.
dude, you're telling me you want this with this amount of return at this amount of time. I want to do this with it. I want to do that with
Yeah.
it. Oh, dude, let's get to work. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's what I can do. So that's like my specialty is usually like more investment properties.
Head
And
down and grind.
you'll find me in
Yeah.
foreclosures and multifamilies and commercial more than you'll find me in like the run-of-the-mill first-time homebuyer's house.
Gotcha.
But that's understanding myself.
Yep.
Because you can't, if you don't understand yourself and
You know
how
what you're
you
good at.
sell, you can't sell. Like, if I walked into the real estate game, like, dude, I'm only going to sell first time home buyers, I wouldn't be in there long because
Yep.
I'd hate it. Because I wouldn't be able to understand. This room just doesn't feel like my bedroom. Bro, what? like,
Have you had those kind of
yes,
experiences?
absolutely. 100%, 110%. But
Yeah.
you do. When somebody comes in and I'm like, hey, you told me that you were looking for a property, you wanted to spend this amount of money, and you told me, perfect example. Absolutely gorgeous, perfect example. A week and a half ago, I sold my first house of the year.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job, Caleb.
Good job, bro.
It's a
We're happy for you.
it's a
$2.3 million estate just off of Lake. What was that? What? Wappa.
Minnetonka.
Okay.
But foreclosure house in Warren. I saw it, and immediately my mind went to one of my investors. Known him for quite literally my entire life. He's actually a family friend.
Okay.
But my mind immediately went to him. I knew this is something that he would be interested in, but I knew that I just had to package it right. Mainly because this was an auction. So with the auction, I know that we can't just throw in an offer. We got to be timely. We got to wait. He has to sign up all of this thing. We have to bid on a house. He doesn't have a lot of time. He's a businessman. Like he works. He does several different things.
Yep.
So I know to sell him this, which I know is going to be a great deal, especially if we can get it at a certain price point, I'm going to really have to work. I got him a house that basically only needs cosmetic things for 10 grand. You know what I mean? Like, he bought it for 10 grand off this auction just because I stayed on top of it. I paid attention. I knew what it was. We walked through the house. The house is great, solid, super good bones, everything like that. But in the sense of, when I'm talking to him, like when we were there at the house, I'm like, hey, I know you do your Section 8s. I know you do your rentals. This could be a great opportunity for that. Fix it up cosmetic. You know what the guidelines of Section 8 are. You have plenty of those properties. You can get it on the market, I'd say, 45 to 60 days. Your biggest thing is you don't have an electric meter. You know how it is dealing with those guys, but you can have your crew come out, fix everything up. Flip side, if you want to sell it, flip it or something like that, your property on Melrose, a street up, or Montrose, a street up, I had listed for like 75 a year and a half ago. So those numbers may not be the same, but I can run those again for you. So I'm setting myself up for another deal that, we haven't even closed on this one yet, and I'm already setting myself up for my next deal. So,
Yeah.
But that makes more sense to me because it's like, these are the facts, regardless of whatever you want to believe, or these are the facts of what we can do. This is how I can make you money versus I'm emotional in this. And then, like, to be honest with you, in investment properties, when you sell them, sometimes you don't get that much money. Your commission checks aren't that big, but they're consistent. You know what I mean? He might buy 5 properties off me this year versus that one first-time home buyer who bought a property and then their next one is 25 years from now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that all ties in with what you were just selling Randall just a minute ago. Like, I think we've all had those scenarios where, like, we've been to, like, car dealerships and that person comes up flying from the other end of the lot. And you're just, you're not
offset.
scared. Yeah, you're
It's
just in this
off-putting.
weird mental headspace already when you know you're going to make a big purchase and all these things.
Yeah.
So when you can build rapport and build trust,
Yeah.
which is what I saw you doing with Randall, like that.
I trust you 100%.
Yeah, dude, I would let you babysit my kids right now.
I wouldn't do that.
Okay,
I'm not that far.
I wouldn't.
but
This guy talking about it.
I honestly, I would let you shoot like something, like I would let you shoot like a can off the top of my head. Like, honestly, I probably would. Like, if I was forced
Bro
to
is
choose a
playing
person.
with his life, bro. What are you saying?
No, like if I was
He trusts
forced to,
you.
like this is a forceful situation, and I'm like, I take Caleb,
He trusts you.
and I wouldn't even blame, I wouldn't even bat an eye.
I would.
I would.
You're good with a shotgun.
I am pretty decent with a shotgun.
Hopefully, that's not like birdshot.
Dude, yeah. You would
Yeah,
get-
I might
get
die.
sprayed, man.
But I think you're the thing that you carry a high level of intelligence in is feeling your customer out early on.
Oh, yeah.
And presenting something to them that's special to them for them. And that's what customers want, and ultimately that's what makes them get to the end of a process of a a process of working with someone like yourself, and they can say, wow, this guy, it's kind of like, you know what, that's not a good example, but it's pretty much ultimately like you were the path that led them to this. You didn't get in the way at all, and you just aided along the way where you could, did it in an efficient, helpful way. Fairly simple, but it's keys to great salesmanship, and it's keys to also just building good relationships.
But a big part of that is people are not stupid. And,
Oh no.
Some
And
are.
you have to be.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, you do run into it.
most people are not stupid.
Yeah.
The rest are characters. But
That's what I call them.
you just have to be yourself in a lot of this too. I mean, you're putting on an amazing sales pitch without them knowing it, but you're also being yourself.
Yeah.
That's a massive part.
Dude, I funny enough, and I don't say it out loud because it sounds dumb, but I call myself a house detective. So like when I go
Right,
into
that does sound
Nice.
right,
yeah, wait, what?
but
Like a
so
dog?
like
Wait,
when I
that
go
actually
into-
used to be a thing, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, a house detective was a hotel detective.
Dude, as long as I don't get
yeah,
copyrighted
yeah.
and sued, I don't
No,
know.
no, you're good.
You
I'm gonna
probably
look it up.
You probably called it a thing before it was a thing.
But because my thing, like when I go into a house, especially because I love investment property, something always has happened, or there's a reason why there's a problem somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, if there's water in the basement, it's because it is. There's water. Like it's figuring out. So just like when we were just talking, it was almost like being a detective with like I'm learning so much about you in that short amount of time, and I only, to be honest with you, like. There's different types of sales. So like real estate takes a lot longer because, you know, closing on the property doesn't take, you know, a day. Like it's 30, 45
It's a timely
days.
process.
It's a timely process. There's a lot of different shows. There's a lot of stuff. But a car sale, you could walk out of here tonight and this would be the last time I ever see you. So in those kind of sales, the quick turnaround sales, like you have to be at your best every single time you reach somebody. So another thing that immediately happened in my mind, like, dude, it's a reflex you almost have to have, is when you said something very specific, is you like your vehicle. So immediately, he may not think he's a hard sell or something, but to me, he's a hard sell. Because now what I'm going to is, oh, okay, you like your vehicle. That means the value that I have to build in mine to get you out of yours is a lot.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, and then on top of that, not only did you not, you know, you told me that you enjoyed those type of vehicles, you would be willing to get into those other things, but then you said something as well where you said that, but I'm not married to it. I'd be open. So I'm focusing on that too, because dude, if I show you the same, to be honest with you, you can give me a 5-year gap. I could show you the same model of a Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's the same car. Dude, it's the same freaking car. But if I showed you, you know, let's say maybe like a Mazda CX-5 or a Toyota, you know, RAV4 Highlander or something, I could show you some different features that really aren't that crazy or anything like that. But just because it feels like when you drive off in a new Jeep Grand Cherokee or whatever, like from a few years, you're driving your car again. Like in about 2 days, oh, this is just my car again. I'm paying for it. But if you're driving something different, you can stay excited for longer and feel better about your purchase.
Interesting.
There's
Very valid.
There's so much to think about.
Have you done any business coaching before?
No.
Yeah.
Were you ever a car salesman?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, did you start with that car salesman, or did you start in real
estate?
Okay. So were you always like? Because I worked in retail just a little bit, so I know like nothing crazy. Just I know a little bit about it. But were you always like? Because you have to be able to read people really quick and pick up on stuff. Were you always like that, or is it something you like built and learned, or is it you've always just been a little more savvy that way? 'Cause I know some people have it a lot better than other people.
There
It
is a thing as having it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I would say that it's something that I've worked on in the sense of like trying to get a little bit better when you try to take it seriously as a career. Dude, I remember the first time where I was like, I like sales a little bit. I used to work at Texas Roadhouse.
Oh, dude.
No freaking
Wait a
way.
second.
I used to love working.
I bet
there.
you have some stories.
Was this when they still had like the peanuts everywhere all over the
Dude,
floor
so
and
I
all
was
that good stuff?
It was the best. That's one of the greatest restaurants. Because especially, I can say that even after like being back in the kitchen and stuff, like seeing how they prepare stuff, like they're the real deal. There's literally a butcher there all day that just sits in the freezer
way.
and cuts the meat. Like
That is so cool.
dead
No,
serious.
you
like,
learn something new every day. That's
it
actually
gives you-
shout out Texas Roadhouse. That's
dude,
incredible.
Texas Roadhouse is
So I know
legit.
I know what you were just saying was important, but I feel like this is more important. So talking about the rolls,
Oh yeah,
did you get unlimited rolls?
yeah.
Did you ever get tired of them?
No,
I don't think
that
it's
cinnamon
possible.
butter, dude. Dude,
Stuff is
Warm?
straight from
you had
heaven, bro.
you had straight
Hot.
access from heaven, like
Hot.
even right out of
fresh.
Not even warm.
They didn't even
hot.
they didn't even sit under the light yet.
No. He's reaching into the
Straight
oven,
to me.
pulling
So-
them out.
Straight to me.
Did you have to do like the birthday dance too? Were you part of
Yeah,
that?
no, I did the line dance.
So you still know?
Yeah, I used to do the line dances.
Okay.
Wait, what's the
Out
saying?
in the country, there's a city limit sign. There's a honky tonk at the county line. The boys start jumping every night when the sun goes down.
Come on.
We got whiskey, women, music and smokes. Where all the cowboys go on the boot scooting boogie.
come on.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Boot scooting boogie, bro. Come on, bro.
The Booski
Yeah,
Boogie. Bro.
that piano solo on that song is nuts, bro.
Goes dummy.
But yeah, I used to be a busboy at first, and dude, I tell you what, I'm a person where like I truly believe no matter what you're doing, treat it like you run the place because
love
you
that.
just never know. Like you never know what opportunities come. I remember one time I was bussing tables, and some of the other busboys, and not to talk down on anybody, but they're lazy. Like they're younger,
Like respectfully, you don't want to. Yeah.
they were lazy, but like they'd sit on the corner. Clearly, a tables just got done or whatever. Then they'd mosey on over, throw a bus tub down, start slowly putting stuff in. Dude, on a good night, especially when the Niles one first opened, there would be 200 people on that waiting list.
Crazy.
Dead serious, like it was packed in there all the time.
That's crazy.
It's no, it was insane.
Radical.
It was crazy for me even to see. But like, people are trying to eat. Like they're trying to have dinner with their family. Like, and the thing that's holding them up is you not cleaning this table in a timely manner. I'm not even asking
sure.
you to go full, speed demon on it, but just like
Efficiently.
give some pep in your step. So one time,
Get some boogie in your.
What?
Some good in your boogie.
What's the mode on your Tesla?
ludicrous.
Get some ludicrous? Yeah.
One of my best friends growing up, he grew up across the street from me. We worked there together. Me and Brandon were like, there were sections. There's 4 sections in the Texas Roadhouse. We were like, we guarantee you. So they used to have this thing, they called it mucking. So it was a person that would sit, like on busy nights, they would sit at the trash can in the back and we would drop the bus tubs off there, pick up a clean one and run back out. That person had to clean out the bus tub and throw it in the dishwasher, right? So I think there was 5 of us on this night, and it was like a busy Sunday. Like it was like almost an event Sunday, and everybody for some reason was being so slow. Me and Brandon were like, look, dude, because we used to have these headsets on, and
Brandon and
management is yelling at us because these tables aren't getting cleaned fast enough. We're not getting enough people in.
Okay.
I go up to my manager. I'm like, me and Brandon can clean this entire place faster than everybody being out here because they're getting in our way at this point.
Brandon and I.
Brandon and I. My bad.
Stop
it. Hey, look,
Let
you're
the
right.
man talk.
That's usually Randall's thing, but
You're
no,
right. You're
doing
right.
it.
I give it to you.
I apologize on behalf
Because my
of
mom would have did the same thing. That's fine.
She would have.
But I'm keeping what would have done. But there were the 3 other bus boys that were there. We told them go back there and just clean our bus tubs. I promise you there won't be
and try to keep up.
and try to keep up. They couldn't.
Ah.
Me and Brandon, all 4 sections by ourselves.
Let's go.
Boom, boom, so well.
Just corrected it, but he still said it.
Somebody tipped us.
My goodness.
We got
As a bus boy?
as a busboy. I got a $40 tip,
Bro.
just because of how well I was cleaning the table. So it's like put in effort.
Yeah.
You know what I
It
mean?
shows that excellence in all areas is going to
Put in
pay
effort.
off.
People notice that stuff.
So you were manager in 6 days, from busboy to manager.
No.
How high in the ranks did you climb?
But back to what I was getting at, or why I started to like sales
yeah,
is
yeah,
they.
yeah,
I did eventually become a host, where like the person you would, they'd walk you back to your seat and stuff. So they made up this competition for those stakes that sit in the thing.
Yeah, like as you walk past him,
Yeah.
right in the entryway. Yep.
As the host, you were supposed to try to sell those, but nobody ever did.
Yeah.
So I was like, what was? I think her name was Aubrey. I think Aubrey was her manager's name. She was like, "Hey guys," because just trying to keep things in. She was a great manager. if somebody can sell one of the big
Display
steaks,
steaks.
yeah, like the T-bone, you get an extra $20 tonight, something like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, let's go.
I was like,
Caleb Shaw said, "Hold my
say
freaking beer."
less.
Yeah.
I sold 2 of them.
Oh,
I sold 2 of them, and I was like, but it was easy because it was
Nice.
like, you know, but you got to think. From the moment they're at that host desk to you grabbing the bread basket and then walking them back, you only got about 5 seconds to sell it. So once again, most people are like, oh, most of the hosts are like, oh, do you want a steak? Or, you know, and then they say no, of course, and then you just keep walking. So I grab the bread basket and I go, what are you having for dinner tonight? You guys been here before? Yeah. Oh, dude, I love your guys' steaks and stuff. Oh, absolutely. You know, something that's actually pretty interesting. These steaks in the counter, you know that you can actually order these made to order, right? Like, oh yeah, that's cool. They're already trying to keep walking. Actually, there's a butcher in the back all day. He has a coat on. You'd laugh if you saw him. He sits back there and actually cooks these. He actually cuts all these steaks and places them out. This one is actually in particular something really nice because you can see the marbling in
bro,
it.
this guy is
The marbling in the
so
steak is-
cracked at this
Dude,
freaking
so
bro.
they're sitting there.
Don't stop. I'm so hooked.
It's not even the fact that I'm like heavily selling you on
Oh,
a
my
steak. You came here, you already wanted one. But now that the fact that you can sit there and just pick one out, look at the marble.
Bro, and they're hungry too.
They're already hungry.
hungry.
They you're literally coming into the Lion's Den like you want to eat. It's not that hard.
If
So
Daddy
when
wants a
you're
sandwich,
here-
you make Daddy a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on,
Anthony Mackie.
come on now.
But like,
I love that.
you're already here. It shouldn't be that difficult to
Yeah,
just give them
right.
a push in one direction. I was selling them like hotcakes.
And
It's
you light
easy.
up their
That is-
world like nobody else.
It's easy.
That is awesome.
Just by asking. You know what I mean? But
I love that. So,
That's
that's sales.
so this is your table, and was that medium rare or?
yeah, dude. How would you like? Because they would cook it.
So-
You would go out and you would pull that steak and everything. Like it was fun. But
You know, I actually asked
That's awesome.
someone at Texas Roadhouse one time why they have the case of steaks out front. Like I was genuinely curious. I'm like, do they sell them to go? Because that's right away what I was thinking. And she's like, no, actually, you can go up and pick one of those steaks.
Yeah.
And we will make that exact steak for your table.
why didn't you know that when you walked in? That's what I mean. Like,
Because
that's-
Caleb freaking
Yeah.
Shaw was
you
not
didn't-
working
you
the
didn't-
host desk.
You know what I mean? You miss so many. You know, a pet peeve of mine, dude. And sometimes I'll purposely not buy something. Like if I go in a Foot Locker, and
Oh boy. Here we
Oh,
go.
you know what?
dude,
Yeah.
and you're on your phone and you don't even acknowledge that I walked in there.
Oh, that's the word.
I could have actually planned on buying because some of those dudes, like some of those jobs, you get kickbacks from like selling a
Yep.
shoe or something. But my brother used to be a manager at Foot Locker, and dude, if you think that I'm gonna buy something and something that gives you a little bit of a kickback in this place, you didn't even look up when I walked in, bro. Kick
And
rocks.
it's a fine balance between not being that over aggressive salesman to just acknowledgement. Simple acknowledgement.
Simple acknowledgement.
Is huge.
You had
'Cause
something.
You
That's
walked in
sales
there.
101,
You,
I
you
mean.
walked in there with probably a general intention of what you're going to
Yeah.
get. So
I'm
you
not
don't,
just
you don't
walking
even,
around the mall.
Yeah, and you don't
Like,
even
I'm
need
there for a
help.
reason.
You don't
Yeah.
even need help. It's
Yeah.
just still like you want to be acknowledged. But you probably, I'm sure, knowing you, Caleb, you've had encounters where you just turn around and walk out.
Absolutely.
Just because of that, and
100%.
you already were predetermined to buy something, but you didn't
100%.
just because of that.
And they could have walked in, and there's two different types of salespeople. You could have came into a Foot Locker. Hey, how's it going, man? Oh no, that's good. What are you looking for? Running shoe? Oh yeah, they got some cool stuff over there. Whatever. Blah blah blah. Sale. Boom, right there. Or you could even came in super deep. Oh, running. How's your arch in your foot? What kind of support do you typically need? Do you usually run with these kind of shoes? You could have went super in depth with it, or you could have just kept it light and still got the sale. But it's
Yeah.
not even trying, dude. Give up.
Yeah, I actually.
Randall actually knows all about
So
this.
where I used to work, it was like it was like a farm and garden store. We sold
Yeah.
boots, work boots,
Oh, yeah.
outdoor wear. So it was me and another guy's
Another guy.
job.
and I.
No, I'm actually with Randall on that. If there's not another name, then it's not worth it.
It's me and another guy.
There was two of us that were in charge of boot sales.
Yeah.
And every year we had like customer appreciation. We ran sales and stuff or whatever, and all the boots were like 15% off.
Yeah.
And so we would always, our business would pick up, right? But we'd probably sell anywhere from, in a week, 5-day work week, we would sell 15, 20 pair, right? Whatever. My boss, he told us too, he said, hey, in this week, whoever sells the most pair of shoes, I'm buying a steak dinner. Like, and I think that's great. Incentive, right?
absolutely.
So like we were like sharks, and we went Well, I'm serious. Like when you have that kind of incentive,
I got you.
like
all it takes.
I'm like,
That's all
and
it
dude,
takes.
if we're going out to eat, I'm making him pay.
Yeah.
like I'm eating. I'm not
I've
eating
seen
all
you
day.
consume
Yeah.
a 22 ounce rapidly.
So we went to work and say anybody walked in and you walk up to them and they're just kind of looking and they're shopping or whatever. You're like, hey, how we doing today? Looking for a new pair of work boots? And they're like, no, just looking. Like, okay, hey, just wanted to also tell you this week, if you're just looking, if you were going to be serious, it's 15% off this week only. It goes off. It's already Wednesday. It goes off Saturday.
Yep.
So if you're looking to do it, this is the week to do it. If you just want to try one on, there's no harm. Try on, walk around, see if you like it. Don't mind if you try it on, walk around. And before you know it, they're like, well, yeah. Can I just try this one on? You're like, absolutely. I'll be right back. What do you want? What size are you? Well, I'm a 11, 12. All right. Wide, narrow. What do you got? Extra wide. I got this, and you just sell them on. That week between me and him, we sold over 120 pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I believe it.
Nice.
I 100% believe.
Nah, that's
Dude,
crazy though.
Pushing people to paper,
That's
pushing
crazy.
people to pen and paper. 9 times out of 10, a lot of people just off of especially like on smaller purchase, like okay, with a car or a house, like you can't just push people just that and not
Yeah,
even
yeah,
push in a
yeah.
negative tone, but like something as simple as like a $50 or even $100 pair of shoes or something. They're in there for a reason. If you could just give them that slight push, most people won't back out just out of pure like they don't want the awkwardness of saying no.
100%.
Dude, like you can make a killing.
So
If you don't like, you got to know. I had to find out. You got to know the right time to like push and like walk over that because 90% of people are gonna like meet you and hold their like keep you at bay.
The distance.
You got to know when to like step across that and kind of like put an olive branch out, and when they're like they're strictly shopping. They're not interested at all. Like they're just burning time till their wife is done. Like,
yeah,
you got to know.
Who won the steak dinner?
Well, it's kind of a sore subject.
Really?
I did.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to go there.
No, I did, but so I had it one, but then he worked Saturday and it was my Saturday off, just happened to be.
Oh, and he took the lead.
And Saturday is like double everything.
Screw that, man. No, I didn't.
So
know.
he won fair and square, but I had him absolutely whooped but he sold like 20 pair in one day, so I had to. And work boots are not like tennis shoes. Like
No.
It's not
like
a small
they're spending
purchase.
$200 to $500 for a pair of shoes. Like
absolutely.
guys are
The work
picky.
boots that I own come from the store you used to
Yep.
work at, and I still wear them every time I need
and like
them. They're still good.
and like you could, and like we also would like have like closeouts or whatever, and like somebody would like have it. I kind of like would see a pair of shoes that they're looking like a hiker type or more of like a hard steel toed whatever.
Yeah.
You're like talking like, hey, just so you know, 15% off. Also, we have this closeout. It's made by the same company, has a Gore-Tex waterproofing, which is better than your regular. They say waterproofing, but it's like their generic waterproofing. This Gore-Tex waterproofing is certified. It also is an extra 20% off that. You're 35% off too. If you want to just try it on, walk around it, it's not going to hurt you to try it on. And like before you know it, bam,
I couldn't have even came in there wanting, but I would have bought something off him.
yeah.
Just because he sat there and talked about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And I live and die by Doc Martens. That's dude. I love him as my daily shoe. I love him as my industrial.
They are
work boot.
comfortable.
So
Dude,
that's it for you.
I put my Doc Martens through everything, literally,
Yep.
dude. Because I've done all
about the
kinds
shower?
of things crazy stuff. Close enough.
With your robe on?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
That's a sight. But like I would have bought something. I absolutely would have bought something.
I missed it. I should have done the same thing. I should have walked you through shoe sales like you did at car sales. I missed it.
Well,
That's it. You just did though.
I
You
did.
just did perfectly.
We've talked a lot about sales, guys. So moving the podcast along, which by the way,
I
everyone,
like selling stuff.
Everyone really got a heavy share of what it takes to be a successful salesman, which we've never gotten on this show before because we're a comedy podcast. But I respect it and I appreciate it. But moving into a different period of Caleb's life, you were a correctional officer at one point, were you not?
Yeah.
You were a cop?
So this.
Yeah.
So this is something I'm actually kind of intrigued with because
you have a
I
gun?
feel like there was quite a bit of stories that came out of it, quite a bit of things that you did. What were some moments that you definitely remember? But first of all, start off by saying exactly what your role was within being a correctional officer.
I was a correctional officer.
Okay.
Like a CO.
What is
Corrected
it?
people.
Like give a 1 minute rendition of a day in the life of Caleb as a correctional officer.
So as a correctional officer, it all depends on like what shift you're working, day, evenings or nights.
Let me guess. Nights are the worst?
Nights are the worst for a different reason.
Okay.
Nights are the worst because no human should be up during the hours of 10 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Okay.
But
Oh,
other than that,
bold take.
All right.
other than that, because there's studies done that like your testosterone drops, like you get dude, there's not a point in day that you're outside.
That
daylight.
answers a lot of questions.
Like, dude, think about that. You're going to be vitamin D deficient. You're going to be real, like your sleep schedule, you're completely flipping on its head that you've been accustomed to for the last your life. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's a lot of problems with it. That graveyard shift is tough, but you didn't do anything. You know what I mean? So like on the graveyard shift, dude, depending on what I was doing, like if I was on watch tours, I think it was every 2 hours. Basically, what you did was you walked the entire jail and pressed these buttons, basically stating that you like walk through the entire jail and you just look at every door, pretty much, just check on people.
Okay.
But if you were in the tower, then you just sat in this tower with these just glass walls, looking at both pods. The lights are dark, and you're on a computer that you can't do anything with or use any type of internet access to. Like,
Okay.
it's just whatever.
Man, so you just chill.
You just sit there.
Oh my goodness.
It's terrible.
Were you allowed to have your phone?
No,
Nothing.
nothing.
So you just sit there in your own thoughts, pretty much.
Yeah, terrible. That's
you,
a
like-
horrible thing for me.
Did you take a book in or?
Yeah, I guess you could maybe, but like there was some stuff going on where like they had started originally, like back in the day they used to allow phones, but like people weren't paying attention and then stuff was happening and like where were you at? Oh, I was watching a movie on my phone. You know what I mean? So like
yeah.
it gets, I understood it, but dude, like day term, you don't get a second to think because court's happening. You have, meds are hot. Dude, when MedCart comes around, that's tough because everybody in there is getting some type of different medication. Everybody else is trying to get their court dates. You're trying to figure out who you're pulling, moving from here to there, dude, it's a lot. And then day term is a little here and there. Like, it can be a hit or a miss if it's going to be busy or not. But, yeah, night was always interesting too, because that's when you get those like crazy people that are like, sometimes people would be drunk or coming from a bar or something. So, you got to bring them in from and dude, sometimes, and I hate to even say this, but sometimes like they would be, the police officer would drop them off and like, dude, you were agitating them in the car or something like that. So now he's even more upset with us when we're got to deal with them instead of like calm down. So it's like, it's always a big tussle sometimes to get some of these people in, but it was a very interesting job. I just think it wasn't the right occupation. Like, because my goal was I was thinking of going like the state trooper route. I have an uncle who's a statey. I have my dad, once, like I mentioned, was an officer, and stuff like that. So that was where I was planning on going. But after being there for a while, like it was interesting. It was fun. I did enjoy it. But like rest of my life, I didn't see that.
Sure.
I just had this mental image of you like bringing a guy in. So I respect you. This is a nice 5x7. It doesn't pack.
I gotta sell him on the cell.
So we do have a beverage cart that comes around
And a med cart, double up there.
Oh, I mean, you have relaxation.
A TV with one channel. We
you
will
make
bring a
that
new newspaper every morning.
That's amazing.
You could sell that
3-course meals.
You're selling them timeshares.
Dude, listen, man. It kind of was a timeshare. Some of those dudes would visit often.
What is like, as you can recall, what is one of the most interesting moments that happened as your time as a correctional officer?
Interesting.
Or like terrifying? Whatever you got.
I mean, there was always some interesting stuff that happened. Like, you had the fights and you had
You
this
don't
and
have to
that
get
and
into
stuff
it if
like
you want.
that.
You don't have
But-
to. I was just like, if there's
but,
anything that you instantly recall.
that could be an after pod. I'll talk about that after podcast.
Okay.
Just in
Alright.
case.
I got you.
Just in case.
All right.
But there's always some interesting stuff that happened and stuff like. But dude, I'll tell you what. One thing I had to watch for myself was so you always had your radio on.
Okay.
And different codes meant different things or whatever and stuff like that. And sometimes, like, if you were just a roamer or something like that, like, you basically just were relief to the watchtower people. Because, like, if you were in a tower, you can't leave until somebody comes and relieves you. Because if they shut down that door, like, only the main person in main control pod can come in there and, like, open those doors and stuff. So, like, if you have to go to the bathroom, go to the lunchroom, whatever. So, like, there'd be roamers who would, like, give you quick bathroom breaks or bring you something if you needed. Or just, like, if a fight broke out or something, like, people who would all rush to this floor. So sometimes you would be sitting down there, like, all night with maybe, like, 4 other officers just talking, chatting it up or whatever and stuff like that. And then you just hear that code for like a fight or like an emergency, and immediately like you just jump up and like you just it's such a muscle memory after a while. But you hit the elevators, you all like running up, and you're getting prepped or whatever because you don't know what's about to happen. You just heard a code over a radio, and then half the time it's muddled, they're yelling or something like that. So like you're getting ready to go, dude. I was about to go to work. I was at a gas station, in Niles, and it got robbed. And
Oh man.
but it wasn't like a stick up. It was literally like a dude walked in, grabbed some cases of beer, and like left. Right?
Oh.
That was Randall.
You got me.
Actually, I am here to take you in.
Good luck.
Undercover IRS.
I immediately, like in my mind, I was like, "Oh, I'm supposed to do something about it," and I was like, "No, you're not, bro. Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, bro, sit down, like, bro. This is not your
You're like,
occupation.
I'm a law enforcement officer.
You're a CO, bro. Like, dude, I deal with you when you're already there. I ain't bringing you off no street or something, dude. For a little while, like if if people were like in a hurry or like if I heard a siren, like sometimes in my mind, like I'd almost get, dude, because it would be so sporadic when it would happen.
Yeah,
but
sure.
sometimes like some of those situations, like I said, I'll talk to you after, were pretty serious. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So like, dude, that was a very interesting time though. It's a great job.
So did you have a baton or whatever you call those things?
No, we
Did
don't carry any type of physical.
So it's just
weapons.
Have you
your
seen
physical
Caleb?
strength. That's what you got.
He just needs his arms.
These hands. So, and that was also a very interesting time because that was probably me at my strongest. Like that was when I was lifting consistently.
You did just show us a
pretty-
picture.
Yeah, I was pretty.
Your
heavy.
arms were like bigger than like my current thighs.
I was pretty. No, I was pretty solid at that point.
I just
You
looked
were-
at your thighs.
You did just look at my thighs. That was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you were like a shred fest. It was
I was
incredible.
pretty. I was
You were ripped.
decently strong. Yeah, I was pretty. For my size, I should say, I was pretty decently strong.
So do you look back on your time as being a CO as a good period of time? Like, did you enjoy
Yeah.
it? Were you able
Oh,
to
yeah.
like learn a lot from it and all that good stuff?
Yeah, because the dude, and one of the greatest moments I remember is, dude, the fourth floor at the jail that I worked at was the felony floor, right?
Okay.
They always put me up there. So the problem they
For
always
any
put me up there.
reason?
I don't know. Maybe there was, maybe there wasn't. They
Okay.
always put me up there. But the problem with that is like all the other floors, like these are people that could be potentially getting out soon. Felony floor, some of these guys are waiting to go to prison where they know that they will spend the rest of their lives. They don't have anything to lose. So like some of these guys, like you gotta
that'll do
watch.
it.
You
Sounds
know
like
what
a
I
party.
mean? You know, like so like some of these dudes are in there for some pretty serious stuff, you know, and they're just waiting on their time to go to prison or waiting for the court case to finish out. So some of the COs were older, some of them were younger and stuff like that. And my biggest thing is, once again, like, dude, you just, no matter what situation you're in, whether you're, the CO is a position of power, quote unquote, air quote, whatever. But like, you just treat people a certain way. So, dude, I used to hear some of these COs and stuff like yell and cuss these dudes out and stuff like that. And, I'm getting a call that I'm declining. And
Nice.
They would like cuss these dudes out and talk to them like, I'm talking like COs like that were my age at the time. So like young 20s cussing out a grown man who's about to go to prison for the rest of his life. What do you think that he's thinking when he sees you in the alone?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're setting yourself
So
up for failure.
You're setting yourself up for like really failure. And then it's like, dude, what,
Worse than failure.
where are you getting at treating this or talking to this dude like that? So 2 times in particular, I remember specifically just like, once again, just being a personal person. Like, yeah, like, there has to be an authority figure, and especially in those type of situations where like, there's a respect and you do have to do what I say, but like there's a way to go about that. I remember one time in particular, the only contact that you really have with the outside is when you had your phone time where you could write letters. One of the inmates, who was a dude, like clearly had no quarrels for talking to anybody, real aggressive kind of guy. I was delivering dinner for the night, and he came up to me and was like, "Hey," like he was already kind of being aggressive because he thought I was gonna say no. He's like, "Hey, I forgot to turn my mail in this morning. Can you take can you take it for me?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got you." And he's like, "Oh, seriously?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, you forgot it. Put it on the cart. I'll take it down for you.
Sure.
And I'll put it out when I leave out tonight. He's like, hey, man, I really appreciate that, man. It's for my girl or whatever. I was like, hey, I ain't got no problem, man. I need to know your business. I'm just, hey, this is my job. I would have done it in the morning anyway. So, but a lot of those CEOs get that out of my face, get that whatever, stuff like that. So I remember one time I was coming in to do Watchtower, where I sat in that tower all night. And one of the things that you did on Midnight Term is you shut it down. Like you have all of them go back into their cells, close themselves in and stuff like that. And then you kill the lights for the night. So sometimes that can be a problem. You're telling a whole bunch of grown men to go to bed, basically. You know what I mean? Like dude, that's not easy. You know what I mean? So I get up there. And I'm like, I asked the one dude, I was like, why are all the TVs off? He's like, oh, one of them was sitting on the table, so I turned off all the TVs in the pod. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious, dude. Like, why are you riling these dudes up? And because I was like, they all sounded aggressive. They're all like yelling in there, and there's no TVs on. Like, your only form of entertainment, to take your mind off of
What channel was it?
Dude, a Hallmark. Always Hallmark. Always Hallmark movies. Every single time. They were really into it though. But maybe that's because that was all they could watch. But so they're all riled up and stuff like this. So he goes, I get into the pod, he goes, hey, good luck having them lock up tonight. They've been rowdy all day. I'm like, oh, I appreciate it. I wonder why. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So every single time I used to get on the thing, I used to say the same exact thing. Gentlemen, it's time for lockup. Please do whatever you need to do. And then, use the bathroom, whatever. And then please lock up in your cells in a timely manner. That's all I'd say. Real soft, whatever. Like, get in your cells. Ain't no reason to yell. He's a grown man once again. And I know they can hear me. That speaker was loud as heck. But one thing that was different is they knew I always worked the felony floor at midnights, and they knew my voice. I could tell that they heard it was me without a single issue. All of them just turned around, packed up their stuff, whatever, went in their cells, locked down in a matter of maybe 10 minutes. All of them. I'm talking like almost
Like
two pods would have been about like 40, would have been about 40 something inmates. All of them. Closed their cells. I didn't hear a single peep the entire night. After just being so aggressive,
wild.
but they knew, oh, Officer Shaw's here, the only dude who's probably respectable.
Like Daddy's voice. Yeah.
That's crazy. Mad, bro. That's insane.
But you're not
Absolutely.
Guys, Daddy's talking.
yeah.
Daddy's home. Daddy's home.
That's
But,
Mr.
like-
Shaw to you.
But it's like, dude, you show these people just like you would show anybody respect, and they'll give it to
Yeah,
you. You know what I mean?
That's
Like
cool.
that's what made
Valid
that job
point.
easy
Yeah.
for me though too, because like I never really had to get into many disagreements or arguments with the
I
inmates.
feel like it would be pretty difficult to get in an argument with you. Like that's serious because
Why?
you carry
Like, you know
yourself
what I
in a
mean?
way where you're like, even if we disagree, I don't really care that much. You know
I
what I mean?
don't.
Like we'll get along. It's fine.
People have disagreements.
There's some life advice for everyone too.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Dude, people who like actively look for a problem or look for an argument or stuff, like, dude, find something else to do with your time because we don't have much time on this earth.
You know what you're going to be doing while everyone else is like, doing that?
What?
Retiring at age 35.
Hopefully so.
I mean, come
you
on.
keep saying it enough, it might happen.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. Goodness gracious, dude. If I could retire on a little farm and just chill out,
Come on
Hey.
now.
about it.
I think you need to go see Randall's
Forget
farm.
about it, dude. I'd love to.
It's not a little farm. You wouldn't like it,
I'd love to check it out.
dude.
I'm talking about for me.
That was a
personally,
good
but-
subtle flex, by the way.
But
Yeah, it's not a little
No,
farm.
I'm just saying if he
Scaled.
wants
how many
farm
acres?
or own,
Our farm?
about 600.
Well, how much own?
300.
Yeah, I gotta check this out.
But it's the fun kind of farming because there's green tractors everywhere.
Dude,
Yeah.
John
That's
Deere.
the only kind of tractor. it
John
should be.
Deere.
Yeah.
All right, baby.
No, dude, you come out.
Ride green.
Dude, I'd love to. I'm dead
happen
serious. I do love
No,
that
yeah.
stuff. I do love that stuff for sure.
It is a good life, and honestly,
It's peaceful, dude.
It's peaceful.
It's peaceful.
And it's one of the last industries where, like, no matter where you go, you meet a farmer, you automatically
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
connect. There's respect.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's cool.
Absolutely. I love that.
Sorry. One second.
No, you're
You
good.
texting your wife, girlfriend.
It's gonna be wife. It's almost.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
It's coming up.
We hope.
Well, I know that Kayla's going to turn up at my
She'll be
wedding now, so
coming
it's
around.
more reason
I'll
to,
turn up.
you know, yeah.
I'll turn up, dude.
Am I still not invited to your wedding, by the way, Chris?
No, you'll be invited. I mean, there's like a 80% chance that you won't be, but well,
Wow,
hold
that's
on.
high.
I'll be
20%
Caleb's
for now.
plus one.
That would be the first plus one I've ever used, probably.
There's a
Dude, I roll so solo, and it is
like
for
it?
a reason.
Do you like
I think I do. I think I'm like, don't get me wrong, like I'm not dumb. Like if the right person walks into my
Okay,
life,
so like this is sorry.
No, go
I'll
ahead.
cut you.
Go ahead.
I actually heard guys talk about this, and it makes so much sense. He's like, there was this older guy talking. He's like, guys, young guys out there like trying to find someone. He's like, go to a wedding by yourself. He said
yeah,
everybody,
dude. Oh,
everybody is terrified to go to a wedding alone. But he said, guess what? If you're take a friend, a girl / friend, like along with you, just so you don't look lonely and single as
you're
heck.
gonna miss out on.
Guess what? No girl's gonna approach you, whatever. But yet you're there, single, still kind of looking. That's not gonna work.
not
He's
gonna
like,
happen.
go by yourself.
You want to
Yeah,
know?
you
You,
gotta
want
be
to know
bold.
why I know that worked? I sang at Ty and Jess's wedding.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I was there
yeah.
by myself,
Oh,
Oh,
Who approached you, Caleb?
Oh, who came?
dude. Or better yet, Tyler Crockett.
oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Lauren.
Shout out Tyler Crockett.
Dude, I went on a date with his cousin after that.
Are you serious?
She's a very sweet girl. But
that's
like
awesome.
once again, like, dude, you'll find people at weddings, absolutely, 100%. But I think once again, like, I'm just if the right person or the right situation happens, by all means, like, I'm not dumb to, shoo away that blessing.
Certain
or whatever,
actor from a
but
certain favorite TV show.
Sophia.
she's single right now, I think.
Is
too.
she
I
actually?
believe so. Yeah, I believe
Go,
so.
go shoot your
Dude,
shot.
I might have to shoot my shot.
Bro,
If
you
I
can-
saw her in person, I couldn't. I'm not a slide in DMs, but that's dumb. That's not gonna happen. Like, dude, she's not reading a DM.
She's
from
also,
some
like,
kid in
kinda
Ohio. But dude, she don't look it. But
I love that.
bro. You need to sell yourself into that relationship.
oh, listen, trust me. You want to see a master at work? Be there when I meet Sophia Vergara. Man.
I'm taking notes. I'm taking
Oh
notes.
man, they could write a monologue on that, man. Scorsese would have to direct that film, bro. Oh man, it would be. I couldn't even begin to fathom the work, the cooking that would happen in that conversation, bro. Oh,
Bro, Caleb,
bro, please, bro, please.
get this guy a chef's hat and let him talk to
Oh
Sophia.
my
I'm gonna be
goodness.
100% honest. That is the last person I would have thought you would have been.
Actually,
Sophia Vergara.
Why, Jordan?
Bro, listen, man. I like, dude. I've always been like I've usually anytime I've dated anybody, it
Seasoned.
usually has been older women.
season.
Nah, he has a type.
Yeah, they're not
I think
old, they're
they have
just
a name for that. I'm not gonna say it.
Cougar. I mean, there you go.
It's the same as not saying it, honestly, Randall.
It is, but
I didn't say it.
Listen,
But I did.
I'm
Do
cool with
do you truly know her age? Like, could you name her age right now?
Sophia Vergara.
Yeah.
she's mid-50s.
Okay,
Yeah,
When's her birthday?
that's interesting.
But you can't do
I'm
it.
not gonna
like
answer that.
Yeah.
Where does she
You don't
live?
want to ruin anything.
What's her
by that.
address?
I plead the fifth.
Her address?
Address.
That is.
He's a realtor. He knows exactly where she lives.
I could find out.
She probably.
I could. He says confidently.
He does have the resources.
100%.
You ever thought about moving to Hollywood and like being like, you got the film, the production, and what are those walkthroughs that those bougie dudes do? Wearing a suit.
What do you mean?
Tux.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
So here's my thing about those.
it's fancy real estate.
It's no, it is, but like what we see on TV, like selling Sunset and stuff, like that stuff isn't real, bro. That's not how that's.
I like to believe it is.
Right now it's selling a
That's
forest
why
fire.
That's why it's. Yeah,
If you're anywhere in
situations.
California,
Yeah, dude. There's out.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
Hey, you know what? Quick moment. Hey, guys. San Diego's like in flames right now. Or no,
Wait,
never
it
mind.
is?
They're flooding. Never mind.
No, for real, no. But that stuff is like. That stuff is so staged and fake to make it like what you think it could be like.
Floods and forest fires?
No, it's
Sorry.
No, those are
Golly.
happening. Those are real. We stand with those people.
yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know how to do damage control, dude. I think I'm going too far already. Jordan's gonna have the IRS on my back.
So we'll get Sophia Vergara out of your back.
Man.
Bro, this guy is streaming right now.
Your eyes are like glazed over.
I ain't ever seen you like this, dude.
Stargazing.
Bro, the eyebrows raised high, the little.
Listen, man, Sophia,
You
man.
better break out.
Sophia, if you happen to listen to this, let me tell you something.
Okay, yeah, she's listening.
Better break out your special robe.
I would love to meet you in person. I'd love to take you down to a nice dinner, have the opportunity to get to know you a little bit better. And, you know, if you would have that opportunity, and you would bless me with that opportunity, I'd love to do it. So
Is that all you have to say to her?
that's all I need to say to her.
Oh, dude, the confidence that this
You
guy
are
walks
so
with.
confident.
It's next to
Hey,
none.
dude, listen, man.
But
You
like
get the
she's,
opportunity to shoot a shot like that, bro.
she's heard everything in the book, though. You got to be
I'm
yourself.
sure she has.
You got
I'm
to be
sure-
yourself.
But that's the only
But
thing
she
that's
just
going to do
hasn't
it.
found the
you know what I
right
mean?
book.
You know what I mean? Maybe she hasn't got to this chapter yet.
Hey,
I don't think there's guys. No, yeah, okay, whatever. Well, you'll hopefully you'll get to meet her someday.
But there's all kinds of like, dude. I'm a very type of person. Like, I find a lot of attraction in like your
Older women?
personality. and,
there's a song about that.
Did you just show him a picture?
Hey,
Bro,
Hey,
this
man.
guy.
Hey, man.
Bro, you don't simp one bit until Sophie enters
Hey,
the chat.
man. Hey, what can I say? I'm just
There's
just
a crack in
guy.
the armor.
You said quite a bit. There's a crack in the armor.
Hey, brother. Hey, man.
Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think there's any better place to start wrapping this podcast up
Hey.
than
Already?
a bid for Caleb to meet
bid.
Sophia
To meet Sophia. Oh yeah, we can.
and get a date hooked up.
I don't think we have that kind of pull, but I'll be honest with you.
But
Maybe
but
one
Caleb
day
does.
she's just on Spotify listening to podcasts. Dude, how bad was that? I mixed two words like that. Goodness
Spodcast?
gracious.
Maybe it's a new word.
Maybe it's a new word. But Spotify,
hears
if you
it.
take that, I will sue you.
or
But if oh my goodness, dude, I like be on the lookout legitimately, dude, and like date this because I will sue. but no, yeah,
That could be
Sophia, if
clipped
you-
too,
If you
so,
just so
you know.
happen to go down the rabbit hole, I'm here. I'm waiting.
okay,
I love it.
okay, all right. Well, Caleb has spoken his piece. I think that's all we need from there.
No, I have.
Wow. Well, let's start wrapping this thing up. Randall,
Why do you always start with me, bro?
because you're the first person I look at. I was just saying your name for
Oh.
fun. Jordan, what did you learn today?
I learned that it sounds like trust can be a valuable thing in life for sales, for people, for relationships, and eventually meeting Sophia Vergara down the road.
That's
trust
well
her.
said.
I could trust her.
Randall, Randall, what did you learn from today's show? Bro, your love for her, your liking for her is so funny to me.
Bro, the whole time
What can I say?
everyone was into you, but you were just holding out for Sophia Vergara.
No. Caleb says it the right way. How do you say her name?
Vergara.
Oh, bro.
Jordan, don't even try to say anymore. Like, it's,
Vergara.
I love that.
Sophia
love it.
Vergara.
Yeah, W Riz right there.
Oh, what
Randall,
a-
what'd you learn today?
I learned that my life will never truly be complete because I never met him at Texas Roadhouse. I would love to have him try to sell me a steak. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious.
I'll
dude.
apply.
Let me know when you go back and work a week, and I'll stop in. I will.
I feel like that would have been awesome because you went at the host stand. I could have called you up and was like, "Hey, there's 400 reservations in front of me.
Yep.
Any chance you can hit up?"
Did
the
you ever
boys?"
do that? Did you ever hook a buddy up with a seat?
Well, the problem was if you could get through the door, like, bro. It was
Bro, they're packed.
it
Those
was like
Texas Roadhouse are
it was like
packed.
we were cooking at Nobu or something, dude. Like
Yo.
it was ridiculous.
You ever eat there?
I've never been to Nobu.
I'm yet
I'd
to get a
love
reservation, but I want to at some
I'd love
point.
to.
I want to.
but it, like, dude, we're in Niles, Ohio. 200 wait list for a Texas Roadhouse. It just
It's
the
wild.
math wasn't math.
It's nutty.
That was
That's
wild
impressive.
to me.
And they do some good things too. Recently,
Yeah.
there was a bus crash with a bunch of kids that died and a bunch of
Whoa.
local Texas roadhouses. They donated, I think it was 100% of their profits
Wow,
to the
Good for
victims
them.
and funeral costs and everything. Yeah.
that's crazy.
I love to hear it. Caleb,
Yes, sir.
if anything at all, what did you learn from today's show?
I feel like I learned so much, but I feel like I also did a lot of the talking. So
That's good though.
Yeah, but I feel
Did
like
you learn
That's why
anything
we
about
had you
that
on.
yourself?
helps,
you rediscovered some knowledge that you had buried deep,
I don't know. That Sofia Vergara thing came out pretty hard.
Well, let's do it this way.
Line.
What would one thing you leave with the people who listen to this? If you'd leave like a word of wisdom or something, what would you leave
That's a
with
very
people?
valid
yeah.
question.
You have one opportunity in this life to really let things play out, and you can really control those things if you take things seriously. I know I feel like I'm saying nothing right now, but I just think on it. Like
It's coming around.
every day you wake up, I should say it like this. Every day you wake up, you have the opportunity to take control of your life and to try to make a difference. Whether you're in a good situation, you're in a bad situation, you're in a situation that you can control or you feel like that you can't control. I feel like every opportunity that you wake up and just get things going, there's purpose for your life. Whether
you go.
whether you feel like you found it yet or you haven't, it's coming. It may be, not to discourage anybody. It might be 20 years from now where you feel like you found that purpose, but it is coming.
There you go.
I love that.
That's awesome.
Very well said.
Not gonna lie, when you start out, it sounded like an Eminem song.
What? No, that's just what I thought of. I was literally about to say. I started, but I paused. I was like,
You only get one
he's-
shot.
He might
One
be
opportunity.
You only have one chance, one opportunity.
to seize.
Seize every
These
moment.
weak arms are heavy.
Heavy.
There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. He's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready. But he keeps on forgetting the words that he wrote down.
Wow,
Oh, I love it.
total bars.
Oh, I love
You better lose yourself in the movie.
it. Started something.
Goodness
Oh, love
gracious.
Well, hey,
Everybody-
Hey, Chris, what did you learn today?
Thanks for asking me. I learned that we waited way too long to have Caleb on the show, and it's not going to be
second that.
this long again until we get you back on, because
dude,
I
I'd
truly
love
had an
to.
incredible time.
I did too.
It was an
It was a
awesome
lot of
time.
fun.
Rate the experience from 1 to 10,
Dude,
and if
10.
it's not 10, then don't say it. Okay, great, 10. Thank you so much for saying it.
Don't say it. I like that scale.
We
I
had
like
you.
that
We
scale.
had you. No, it was actually a lot of fun. I had a lot of
Yeah,
fun,
absolutely.
and also considering we recorded a handful of hours of content, and it literally felt like 20, 30
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah, it felt
That's
like
always
a lot.
that's
Time
always a good
flies when
sign.
you're having fun.
Yeah.
That's always a good sign.
true.
So, that being said, I think we're about ready to wrap this thing up.
Cool.
Sad but true.
That's crazy. Well, Caleb, until next time, what final piece of word? Keep it into 10 seconds.
Piece
You
of
have to
word,
say-
bro.
Yeah, a sentence.
Can't do that.
Keep it under 10 seconds before we wrap this thing up. What do you got to say?
Sofia Vergara, will you marry me?
I knew it.
Yes. Yes.
Oh
go.
my gosh! All right,
Literally balls in her court.
all right.
Hey, I'm leaving it all out there, man. I just, I've said what I've needed to say. I think America's heard what I've needed
Hey.
to say.
I'm not gonna say much, but move over, Travis and Taylor.
Listen.
We got Caleb and Sophia
Mi
entering the
amor.
chat.
Mi amor.
And what's
Mi
her
amor.
last name?
Mi amor.
And how is that last name pronounced?
Vergara. Mi amor.
All right. Well,
All right.
Caleb has said his final wishes.
We got him so sick now.
Bro.
Oh my gosh!
Sophia, please call me back. It doesn't have to end like this, baby. Please.
Goodness gracious! Well, guys, this guy is. You know what? He's gonna keep crying over there. I'm gonna outro us here. Thank you so much for listening to this special episode with Caleb Ethan Shaw. And again, special thanks to Caleb for joining us on this episode. This it's been an incredible two-part episode here that I don't know. I've really enjoyed it. So thanks again for joining us, Caleb.
Absolutely.
Hopefully we'll do it again before too long.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
We love you
appreciate
guys.
having you on. Take care, everyone. We will be back here next week for episode banger. It's going to be a lit one. I forget what episode we're on now, but
109.
109. It's going to be a sweet one. So tune in again in 7 days for that one. But until then, have a good week and stay safe, everyone.
Bye, friends.
See ya.
Give me the props because my props are out. so So, no, but listen.
It's a 60 disc prop.
So what happens is he pulls up. Once again, I just got to like I'm trying to make this as justifiable as possible. And I hear the truck before. So once again, just like your story, the ice cream truck, I'm on 10 immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Because I
I see
didn't
that.
think that he was going to be there that day. So I hear the truck pulling up. Where's the gun? Where's the gun? I didn't even try to look to figure out.
one
like,
time you
is
left the
this
gun
You know what I
inside,
mean? So, and it's not like it's on me because nothing's on me. You know what I mean? So I,
your prop.
you know what I mean? Hey, you know what I mean? So I go. So like, and here's the worst part.
Oh my gosh.
The guest room that I stay in, it's more windows than wall. like when little John would have walked in there and not have been able to write to the windows to the wall because it's all windows in there, right? Like you basically have window. Stud, window, like surrounding the surrounding the entire room. So I run in there.
Word.
All the curtains are open, and I'm
Oh my
like,
gosh.
he's gonna see me. So I'm sitting there trying to like hurry up, like in the corner. I'm an adult, you know what I mean? So like it's starting to make me feel some type of way. But I'm in the corner, like trying to get dressed real fast before they see me and stuff because they're pulling up fast, like they're flying in this truck. So and once you get around the bend,
Oh my word.
if you're around the bend and you get out, that's what you see is that corner of the house with all windows, all windows, and I'm there. There's no wall, you know what I mean? So I'm in there, I'm in there.
You're
trying to
literally
get
out
dressed
there.
super fast. So then I play it off though. He didn't see me. They didn't see me when they pulled up. So I get dressed real fast. I open up the front porch and, hey guys, like how's it going? Oh, hey, how's it going? Hey, can I get you guys anything? Let me get you guys something. In my mind, I'm sweating. I'm like, dude, he was so close to seeing something that neither of us wanted him to see. And I was honestly scared, but it was one of those things where, you had to you got to process that.
Oh,
but
my
once
word.
again,
I'm crying.
you saw how I handled that.
Yeah.
So if I would have heard Cha-Cha coming down the driveway, dude, who
Gosh,
knows?
dang it.
Who knows who would be alive right now? You know what I mean?